Hi and welcome back to the 250 bird challenge. I'm currently in the province of Drenthe, which is my home province, because there are wintering some corn buntings here. That's a very rare wintering species here in the Netherlands. Now if everything goes well, then we're also going to try a couple of owl species.
Hi, I'm the Dutch birder and 2025 is my 17th year of birding. This year I'm on a quest to document at least 250 different bird species. Join me on my quest through wetlands and forest of the small European country called the Netherlands. In the middle of an arable farming area in Drenthe lies this hedge, next to a winter food plot, which I'll explain more about later. For several years, this has been a well-known spot for overwintering corn buntings, with at least 10 birds this year.
I'm hearing some buntings, but also some yellow hammers here. I think I have some corn buntings in the mix, but I have to check it with my scope. I'm currently filming it, so if I'm correct, then I have some footage already.
At my first glance, the bunting stood out with a greyish rump, as yellow hammers, the most common species here, have a reddish-brown rump. Now, the corn bunting isn't the only one with a greyish rump, but together with its light lower mandible, lack of color and a dark spot on the chest, it rules out all other species.
There seems to be one very close, but I can't see it. But I'm hearing it calling. Yep, definitely some corn buntings. Let's see if we can get any closer.
All the birds had flown away due to a walker with a dog, but when I got closer to the tree they had been in, they fortunately returned. Unfortunately, they all sat facing away from me. Also, take note of the strong bill here.
Also added brambling, but now I have to film the yellow hammer also. And I've got 3 new species, but of course the corn bunting is the most important. Luckily I've got them very quickly. Nice.
Here we see the winter food plot I mentioned earlier. Flowers are deliberately planted here that produce seeds liked by birds. These plots are not mowed, so there are plenty of seeds available for the birds in the winter. This mainly attracts the typical seed-eating buntings and finches. It's also a good spot for mice, which overwintering raptors make good use of. Among all the yellow hammers and corn buntings, I spotted one reed bunting. My advice is to check the amount of flank streaking on every reed bunting and, if visible, the color of the small coverts. OWLS reed bunting has little to no flank streaking and greyish instead of reddish-brown small coverts. At one point, a small airplane flew by, and here's the effect it had on the geese present here.
I've just found a group of geese, and amongst them are some tundra bean geese, which is a new one for the year list. Okay, let's go on to some owls. I'm currently in a little town called Anderen, and this is a well-known spot for a little owl. There's a... yes, it's here. Oh, yes. It's sitting on top of a chimney. I have to turn the car.
The little owl is the smallest of the not so rare owls in the Netherlands. Both the Tengmans owl and the pygmy owl, which sometimes appear in the Netherlands, are even smaller. The little owl is a typical bird of small-scale cultural landscapes. Unfortunately, due to a significant decline of these landscapes in the Netherlands, the little owl is now on the red list. Drenthe is still a good province for the species, but they are now rare in Groningen and Friesland. At one point, the owl noticed me and stared at me intently. Time to leave the bird in peace and continue my journey.
That was awesome! When I was doing a big year in the northern part of the Netherlands in 2021, I had to go here 3 or 4 times before I finally got it. And now it was just here, sitting on the chimney. So nice. I've arrived at my next stop, which is a spot with agricultural fields, where I have a chance to see grey partridge. Now that species has become seriously scarce in the Netherlands over the years. So scarce in fact that waarneming.nl, the eBird equivalent for the Netherlands, has automatically shielded off all locations of the species. So I'm looking here. This spot is located south of the Zuidlaardermeer, and I've seen them twice here before. So I hope they are still here. I think I see some common mergansers or goose sanders, those are called. Oh, a nice male. But I hope I get lucky with the grey partridge. But I'm not getting my hopes up. But first, the common mergansers.
After initially flying together and diving, the male eventually wanted something from the female and followed her. She wasn't pleased with that and kept swimming away from him.
Okay, let's see if we can find the partridge. On this field here, I've just picked up some northern lapwing and fieldfares. There was also a white wagtail present, which is very scarce in winter in the northern parts of the Netherlands, but it was too far away, so I didn't bother. Sadly, haven't found a partridge and only have a small part of the road to go. Let's hope it's there, and otherwise we're going for a tawny owl, which should also be fun.
The fieldfares were unfortunately all the way at the back of the field, but due to the lack of partridges, I decided to add this species to the list. For years, a tawny owl has been residing in a beech tree along this road. Sometimes there were even 2 of them, unconcerned by the many walkers passing by.
While this birding trip began on a high with the corn bunting and the little owl fairly easy, it's ending on a low with the dip of the grey partridge and now also of the tawny owl. It's not at its spot where it used to be. I don't know if it's a one-time thing or if it's not here anymore. We'll have to see in the future.